Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming 10-71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Los Angeles Rams and the Chicago Bears. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready, and off we go from Soldier Field. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No press ready to run.
It looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. It was just third down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the third play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out, and they did. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Dominique Robinson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Off play action, Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Play action. It's Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. One play action. Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Well, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jaquan Brisker getting sent on the safety blitz, and he was able to finish it off.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken from just outside the 30. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
From the 50, here's Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
We need to get the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll set up a throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Now the Bears are electing to call a timeout defensively, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the middle. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Escape. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. The opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Third down, they're going to run for it here. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. They'll try and run for him. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 59 yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
Drop 60.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 24.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll try and sneak it here. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's fourth down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now that's going to bring up fourth down.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And the Bears will get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. Yeah. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's Ellis. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. 51 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down to the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. Touchdown, Bears! Chase Claypool from 21 yards away. And the Bears have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to go up top again. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. That's one of those interceptions watching from up here. The quarterback wide receiver just looked a little out of sync.
They did look a little out of sync, and yeah, they're going to examine that when they get to the sidelines, and they'll talk about it throughout next week when they watch the tape. But the guy who's going to be there for him, really in his ear, is his center, because that's a special relationship for a rookie quarterback. Your center handles your line calls. He gets everyone in the proper position to block. He'll be the first guy back to pick you up after you've been knocked down, and that's the guy you watch the extra film with and try and learn the league.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. They're going to look to throw. To the right side and complete to Atwell. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Come on.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll let one go deep for Howard. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series that helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Off play action, Fields. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
On 4th down, Fields. He completes it to Jones. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. On play action, Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Chase Claypool, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will make this a 19-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, We've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 1st down, Fields. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Throwing again is Fields. And it'll be intercepted. And the Rams are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Now I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shot.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bears come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. The CDO is a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Bears, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for L.A., they go down to defeat